Welcome to episode 11 of What's the Buzz, podcast that keeps you informed and entertained on all things pest control. I'm Jordan.
I'm Shawn.
And together we're here to buzz through the world of pests, big and small, from the latest in pest management techniques to fascinating facts about the critters we all love to hate. We've got the insights you need. It's another week, and we're here once again to share our expert advice, real-life stories, and practical tips to help keep you and your home pest-free. So sit back, relax, and get ready to discover what's really buzzing in the world.
Bam! Man, you got that one.
Pretty close.
Now, step 2 is memorizing that.
Yeah.
We got a special guest with us today.
Do we really?
We do. We have Gardner here.
Yep.
He is our HR coordinator.
That's right.
He's been at Bug. How many years you been in Bug Zero?
It'll be 10 years and 18 days.
A whole decade almost.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything you do at Bug Zero.
We're excited to hear your input today as well.
Yeah, he's going to have some input for us today on our main topic, which is going to be proper identification. But then at the end, we're gonna throw some questions your way. Hope you're ready to bat them right back to us.
I'm ready.
He's born ready. Recap of last episode.
What did we talk about last episode?
Substance ends.
Me too. I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
You don't?
No. What did we talk about?
We talked about physical exclusion, wildlife nuisance. So, with the fall weather approaching, just making sure that you're proof your house the best you can for the upcoming change in the season.
Trash pandas.
Opossums.
What else?
Squirrels. Bats.
Sean's bad experience with squirrels.
I got some experience with squirrels. I do.
And apparently squirrel on water skis.
Absolutely. Have you seen that video? Okay. Before we get any further into the main topic, though, I got a really good joke for you guys. Here we go. You ready for this? What is the best smelling kind of bug?
I don't know.
Deodorants.
It's about right coming from you.
What? You guys are going to laugh at that one? What's a prank? How about this one?
Yeah.
I got a second shot. What do you call a sheep that sings or dances?
I don't know.
No idea?
Not it.
Lady ba. See? Got a little giggle there. Oh, moving forward.
It's awful. And it doesn't get better.
We get a Denny joke of the week in here every once in a while.
Yeah,
there you go.
Some great.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Yeah, topic.
You could have a Denny's joke of the week.
Jenny's?
Denny's joke of the week. Yeah, Denny's joke of the week would be good. Maybe in future episodes we'll consider that.
Proper identification is the main topic.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I wanted to cover this was we ask a lot of our clients to send in pictures for proper identification or save a specimen. We always, sometimes you can get pushback of, I know what a roach looks like, or I know it is an ant, why do I need to send a picture? And there's a reason behind it. We don't, think people don't know what they're talking about, but we have to identify certain species of certain insects. Helps us be able to identify harborage areas, what products to use, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it helps our guys be more prepared when we're coming into a job. So if we know that you're dealing with a German roach versus an American cockroach or an Oriental cockroach, that treatment's a lot different than hitting those Orientals or those Americans. So as our guys be prepared, and then makes us more efficient too.
Absolutely. Yo, weigh in on that?
I can work on the roaches for sure. Even we just talked about American and German, but you have two roaches that look pretty similar in this area, German roaches and a wood roach. And to tell you the truth, wood roaches are only around, or we deal with them only a few weeks every year. And we always get calls about the same time about, hey, we got roaches in the dining room, which is almost an immediate signal that you're dealing with wood roaches.
Yeah, and wood roach.
Totally different treatments.
Right now, we're getting those calls.
Yeah.
A few weeks is right now.
Unless conditions are ideal. German roaches are the only kind we have here that really thrive inside year round. So that also, if it's an exterior pressure kind of roach, kind of alters that treatment too. Same with spiders. I think it's right too. So the ants are the number one reason people call bug zero.
Mm-hmm.
So why would asking the customer to send in a picture of an ant help our technicians out?
Yeah, ants in this area have different habits. You know, the number one call we get, which most people call them sugar ants or piss ants or something like that. Uh-oh. But there are odorous house ants, and they behave a lot differently than like a field ant would, for instance. So when we're dealing with odorous house ants, we know, one, it's probably going to be inside near a moisture source, but also that colony can bud really easy where, you know, say a field ant, they really don't like to be inside most of the time. So we know where to, you know, pick where we're going to treat and start with that treatment. Nothing to add from Paul.
Nothing to add from Paul.
I'm perfect.
I could talk about some spiders.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Spiders, the same thing. You know, we'll get plenty of calls of businesses or homes having spiders inside, and it's very important to get a picture of that spider because a lot of times people don't really know what a brown recluse looks like. And to tell you the truth, only two spiders typically live inside in this area, and that's going to be your brown recluse spider and your cellar spider. So a lot of people will get grass spiders confused with brown recluse spiders. So two totally different treatments.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more in depth when you're dealing with brown recluse than grass spiders or any of your outdoor spiders for the most part. So
here recently in the Facebook world, I've seen people talking about how they found tarantulas at their house, and it's really wolf spiders. So
yep.
Another misidentification.
Do you remember? I don't remember what episode it was, but I told my pest story about the giant spider in the crawl space.
I do believe I remember
The size of a softball.
Mhm.
That was a wolf spider.
That was exaggerated. It was not the size of a softball.
It probably was exaggerated, but baseball. It was a wolf spider.
Ping pong ball. You know, we get this a lot too from our clients in the commercial world. Bed bug pictures in.
Oh yeah.
We know, most people know what bed bugs look like. The reason we ask for ID or a specimen, there have been instances where we've responded to do a bed bug heat treat, and it's not been bed bugs. I've seen Asian lady beetles. I've seen
beetles.
Yeah, carpet beetles, larvae, boogers. You know,
Ticks.
Ticks,
Roach nymph.
dirt.
I mean,
Dirt.
Yeah.
And so, for those of you that don't know, bed bug heat treatments are not cheap.
Yeah.
And so it does mess with the scheduling when we show up for a heat treat and we look at the specimen they found and it's not a bed bug.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not going to be effective if we heat treat a structure and it's a carpet beetle. So you're going to spend, $1,500 to heat up your space for absolutely no reason. So let's throw that out.
That's true. So it's crucial for effective pest management. Some of the key benefits we're getting ready to go over for proper identification. Targeted control measures, we already hit on just a little bit, but allows us to be selective when we make the applications and know where to look for the harbor areas instead of just doing a broad Hail Mary treatment, right?
Yeah. So a lot of our accounts are already pretty conditioned to do this. And you hear it pretty often. The girls in the office do call, that's the first question they ask. What are you guys doing?
We're just listening to you.
He was making them.
I gotta drink water in him. But they're conditioned, so it's almost a guarantee that if you report something, they're going to ask about that. Like you said, It's so we can get in, be efficient, take care of the problem as efficient.
It's not because we don't believe you.
Exactly.
We believe you, but
so we've got that. What about the environmental impact? So our whole business model is basically being preventative, right?
Absolutely.
And with that allows us to use less chemicals most of the time, which you were just talking about doing that broadcast application.
It's also more cost effective.
More cost effective. Absolutely. So less product going out and being more efficient with our treatments themselves.
That kind of ties in with like health and safety measures too, right?
Yep.
Just educating, clientele helps them be more aware as well of certain situations and why it's necessary.
And we've touched on it quite a bit, but pesticides have come a long way since the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So everything we apply is safe. Big thing is we follow the labels and recommendations, and we have our own, and we don't want people with respiratory illness in the house while we're applying.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, it is safe for people to be around the products as well.
Absolutely. I still, when I was running residential route, would get some people that would be like, "Is that stuff even working? Or it doesn't smell?"
Yeah,
because they're used to, back in the 70s, and some bug guy comes over and treats their house, and it stinks forever, right? That's not the case. You guys that have listened here for a while know that most of the things that we're going to use inside are odorless and stainless.
Yeah.
And so, is it working? Absolutely. Have pesticides came a long way? Absolutely.
Yeah. So beyond that, and a couple other questions that our CSRs ask when they get that initial call: where are you seeing them? Why would we ask, where are you seeing these pests? All you weigh in on that.
Let's take a roach, for instance. If we don't have a picture and a client calls in and they're saying we saw a roach or a couple of roaches, we're going to ask where they are. If they see them in the kitchen, it's most likely a German roach.
Right.
If they see them in the basement, it's probably not a German roach. It's probably something else.
Yeah.
Two totally different treatments,
Yep.
If they don't tell us in the location and we don't have a picture and it is German roaches buried somewhere behind a cabinet in the kitchen, it's going to be hard to take care of that issue.
Yeah.
If we're treating everything.
Yeah. So touching on roaches, there's certain preparation too. So if we haven't prepared our clients, like you said, we're not going to be able to get control of the situation if it's a certain pest, most definitely.
So, yeah, I think the most important part of our job is the inspection. And to me, that starts with the initial phone call.
Right.
And so when we ask those questions, it's part of the inspection. So we don't just blind treat, right?
No, we don't. It can be almost impossible then if we don't have a location and we don't have a picture.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to find. It could be, every roach problem starts with one.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we've got some pretty large accounts. So
yeah,
hundreds of thousands of square feet, and we have one insect report. It's like a needle in a haystack.
Right. You just make that up.
You just don't want to. Great minds think alike. Another thing is why it's important for the proper identification is understanding ecosystems, and how eliminating certain pests, if it's not necessarily needed to be eliminated, can affect that ecosystem.
Yeah.
So,
with continued education, right?
Yeah,
we're always after our target pests, not our non-target pests, most definitely. So,
yeah. You got any misidentification stories?
Yeah, actually, I do, and it comes to bed bugs more often than not. It's what I used to see. So, I was the technician for both of our major hospitals here in Springfield at one time, and we got a call from an employee there at their actual home that they had bed bugs, and this was back before we took the proper channels and whatnot. We were still kind of learning some of this, and went to his home. He showed me a baggie. It was not bed bugs. I was there for a heat treatment, and it was a rather large house scheduled for 20 plus hours. And he said, they are bed bugs. I want to move forward. We're doing the heat treatment today. So I said, okay. Called the office. They said, go ahead with it. Turns out they were ticks later. And we did a heat treatment for a house that had ticks. So the dog was coming in, laying in the bed.
Yeah.
Dog ticks fell off and thought they were bed bugs. So,
and just so you guys know, not any bug in a bed is a bed bug.
Correct.
So
that's true.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't know what bed bugs look like. If you don't, I'll put a picture up here. You can view here.
Yeah. And beyond that, I mean, our one of our biggest jobs is just education. We enjoy doing this part of it to give you a little bit, but also our clients as well. So last week I sat down with the leadership of the local hospital and gave a presentation just about bed bugs, so they were more informed and they could identify what they were looking for in the inspection aspect as well. So
We do that a lot.
Yeah.
We do it, especially for our hotel clients.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've done it for a hotel client a few months ago. Same thing.
Yeah.
So
And anytime, if your business is in need of that, you can contact us. I only charge $5,000 a minute, but no, I'm just kidding. It's free. I do need some time to prepare for that.
They usually hang up in
this
a minute.
banter. I got a misidentification story. One of our commercial clients out in the Joplin area, when I was running a commercial route, called in and said that they had found a scorpion. So I was thinking, scorpion in Joplin, like it's possible, but we typically don't see them in the middle of Joplin.
Right.
And so I arrived, I asked if they saved it. She's like, oh, it's in this trash can. Smashed it. I said, okay. And she pulled it out and it was actually a wolf spider. So they got a wolf spider and a scorpion confused. So similar treatments, but different dilution rates, things like that. Different areas I'm gonna target a little bit heavier. But there's my story of misidentification.
I guess I can think of one. It was a restaurant. It was after I'd been here a few years, but it was one that I had a key to, and I had to go there, I don't know, 3 times within 2 weeks for roaches. Brought special equipment a few times, spent hours there just digging. And I remember the last time I was there, my 3rd call back, still nothing, still hadn't found any roaches. I'm sitting there doing my thing. Staff arrives, manager runs, he comes and gets me. He's like waving me over, brings me out to the dining area. And he's like, right there. And it was a cricket. And I'm like,
Oh.
all right.
Different.
So here we go.
Different strategy here. Different strategy. Oh, cool. Perfect. That's awesome. That's why it's important. Just trying to bring you guys. Jordan makes fun of you. I always say we're bringing the heat, right? Bringing the heat. Bringing the heat.
Pictures and locations.
Helps us settle. Customer question. I got a question from Tony in Aurora. Tony in Aurora. All right. It says, why is it necessary for pest control in the wintertime with the weather getting ready to change? Want to answer that for him? Or
Sure, Tony. Well, I'll start with one big one. And we've talked about this a few times. But it takes 18 inches of solid ground for it to actually affect pest pressure. And in Missouri, it is very, very, very uncommon.
Frozen solid, 2 inches of solid.
Frozen solid ground.
Sorry, frozen solid ground. You guys are terrible.
Mess up the intro. I'm just kidding.
No, I got it right.
We love you. Keep going.
Anyway, 18 inches of frozen solid soil to affect pest populations, and we just don't get that here. So that would be number one.
They do go dormant, for a while, but most of the time they're looking for harbor dairies and wall voids, attics, crawl spaces. Under we've seen ants trailing underneath snow, and so that kind of acts as a insulation, a barrier. So just because people around here do think that all of our bugs just die off in the wintertime. That's not the case. And even with colder weather, we have different pest pressures. Mice activity peaks up. They're looking for a warm place, to overwinter as well.
Yep.
And they're not dormant. They're going to be active. And so it just depends. Each situation is different.
Yeah. So that's why insect shield is, I've talked about this before, but our most important services are winter services. We do that full reinspection inside and out, crawl space if you have it, attic space, we're retreating there, and then we're finding things like you don't spend much time in your crawl space. No, you don't have crawl space. But
as you know about my crawl space.
Sure.
But we're also looking for other things beyond that. Down ductwork, just really anything that may need to be reported homeowners.
Absolutely.
Paul?
And of course,
keep going. I like it.
Every winter month, we live in Southwest Missouri. Every winter month has a few days of, that are warm. Those warm days, pests are going to start moving around because, like Jordan was saying, our ground doesn't freeze deep enough to affect those pests. So warm days is going to get more action. And then on top of that, anything on the outside, you also have your overwintering pests like wasps and Asian lady beetles. Those warm days, they can feel that warmth. They're going to move towards a light source and come down into the home. So
You're welcome, Tony.
Thanks, Tony, for the question. If you guys ever have any questions, just to go to the Facebook page, Instagram, leave a message, send us an email at sales@bugzero.com. We'll make sure those get answered on the episode. Sorry, I had a little tickle in my throat, little frog. And we're going to go to our 5-star review of the day.
5-star review.
Paul, what you got for us today?
This comes from Stephanie Dawson.
Stephanie,
all the way from Springfield, Missouri.
It's a long way to pay.
Her review is affordable, professional, and explained in detail what and how they're treating both inside and outside my home. I also love that the tech sent a text with a picture of himself, letting me know he was on his way. Made me feel super confident that safety is a priority for this company. Definitely recommend.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good review. Right. So we're gonna start quizzing Paul now. I know all you guys have been looking at Paul, hearing Paul talk. We want to know more about Paul. So Paul, tell us a little bit about your history here at Bug Zero.
All right.
And your progression at Bug Zero.
Well, I started at Bug Zero in October of 2014. I was a technician for 7 years, 10 months. I became a lead tech in August of 2022. And now I am the HR coordinator, which I just started in September of this year. So
you want to explain to our listeners what a lead technician does?
So a lead tech, we have our entry level, which is our technician. A lead tech oversees a group of guys, helps them with their questions, their needs, obviously runs a little routes here and there, takes care of callbacks.
So your first 2 weeks with a guy is probably the most important time you'll spend with them the entire time you have them.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that situation.
Being a lead tech and the first 2 weeks of training.
Yeah.
You're just showing the guys the ropes, because after 2 weeks, they're going to go out on their own. They're going to do, basic jobs. So those first 2 weeks are very important. Just building their knowledge about the products that we use, building their knowledge about, some general pests that they're going to be dealing with. Just getting them ready for after those 2 weeks to go out and.
Yeah, Shawn and I have talked about it. The first 2 weeks is so much knowledge right up front. But beyond that, there's so many pieces of equipment that we use on special basis. So that continued training, happens the entire first year, 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Cool. So what kind of got you into, what did you do before you came here? What got you into pest control here at Bug Zero?
So I came from the restaurant industry. That's all I did my whole life growing up. So I managed cook. I never cooked. I was always in front of the house. So.
Oh, okay.
So I managed Buffalo Wild Wings the 9 years prior to Bug Zero, and towards the end, I got married. I had a child. And then I realized one day that I didn't want to go home and babysit my child and then come to work and babysit young adults at work.
Fair.
I just wanted something different. I wanted to drive a service vehicle, not be necessarily stuck in a restaurant. I wanted to move around and
that's a good answer.
Be a little more free. So
a little more mobile.
Yeah.
Stepping into your new role as HR coordinator, tell us a little bit about, that process. Of course, the hiring landscape has changed quite a bit. Messed it up. I know I messed it up. The hiring landscape has changed a little bit since COVID. And I can weigh in with you on this, but tell us how difficult and how important it is to hire the right people.
Yeah. So, it's very important. If Bug Zero is properly staffed, so many problems and issues go away. The operations just run so much smoother. With that being said, it's not easy to hire the right people.
Mm-hmm.
We can get a lot of applications, but we still have to be very selective on the people we hire.
Absolutely. We have pretty high standards, just in general. And like Paul was saying, we may get 100, 200 applicants, but we may only get 1 or 2 employees off that posting. So it takes a tremendous amount of time, effort, and energy just to, go through that process. Yep. So what's your favorite thing so far being in the office?
So I got to dabble a little in hiring with Jordan back in the spring. But I think that's what I've enjoyed the most. Just being able to actually, that's my focus right now. Let's get to where we want to be. And so that is what I've been having my main focus on. And I've enjoyed it just because I've really got to take the time to do it. So
I'm getting ready to put in 6 days of vacation time.
Yeah.
If they don't get approved, who do I need to go complain to?
I'm not sure.
But I complain to me. I complain to him.
I take care of it.
I just want
I
to
can
know.
take
Okay.
care of it.
Tell us a memorable pest story over your 10-year career so far at Bugsy.
Let's see. Let me kind of give you an example of, let's do like a 6-month span. Well, let's do like a 9-month span. So I started in October. So I kind of came to Bug Zero at the end of like our high pressure,
Mhm.
So when springtime came around, it was really my first time dealing with ants. So I remember dealing with ants at a college. I had multiple callbacks, and I remember Michael, our owner, he came with me on a visit and he was able to find the ants almost like that. So, I felt, kind of bad.
Idiot.
Yeah. Like an idiot. And it taught me to really investigate. And probably only a couple months later, I had a call back at a very large building about ants in the middle of a building. So I was able to investigate the outside, found ants crawling up a tree, gained access to the roof, found a branch from that tree touching the roof, was able to see ants actually crawling on a branch onto the roof, across the rooftop to a skylight and down inside. So that was kind of where I progressed from, just like a 2-month period.
That's where his ego came.
Yeah, for sure.
Right there.
But there are so many of those moments, though.
Yeah.
Throughout your career, being a technician.
Yeah.
It's like light bulbs.
Yeah.
People talk about light bulb moments. There's a lot of those. Just
there is
throughout. You see something done one time, or you find something, and it's like in your arsenal at that point. So
You got it in your back pocket
always.
just like
I think I just made it up. All right, I got a question for you.
Anytime you say anything, for some reason, my brain just goes, uh-oh.
We're gonna go in turbo mode. Okay.
Oh.
So you're married.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janae, right?
Janae.
You and Janae are going on a date night.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to spot?
We usually just do dinner and a maybe. That's what we like to do.
Where'd you go to spot for dinner?
We don't really have a go-to spot.
Mr. Beat around the bush over here.
We both like Italian.
Is it turbo round?
Italian would kind of be our favorite.
One time I was on a date night with my wife. Yeah, I ran into Paul and Janae at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh yeah,
Remember that? It's crazy.
Italian's our favorite unless we have a gift card. Then we'll go to wherever that.
Oh, you go to the good start place? Okay.
Cards coming clutch. Sure.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Ooh. Beer or wine?
Beer.
Summer or winter?
Beer. Winter beer, but
talk to see.
Summer or winter. I love both. Winter has all the holidays, so it's hard to beat holidays.
Fair. 4th of July.
Yeah, but
It's the birthday of America.
4th of July isn't like I'm talking about like the gathering with your parents and your siblings. It's nice to get everybody to get together. So,
What's your favorite food?
my favorite food, sushi.
Sushi. That's surprising. Surprising. I didn't see you as a sushi guy. You guys, well, let's just check this guy out. All right, last one.
Salmon.
So, let's see. He's got a salmon colored shirt on for you guys that aren't watching and they're listening. It's not pink, it's salmon.
Sure.
You're a card collector.
Correct.
What got you into card collecting? How into card collecting are you? Like, do you send stuff off to get priced and valued? Like,
my love for card collecting started whenever I was a kid, just loving basketball. So really basketball is what I mainly collect.
Basketball cards?
Yeah, I'll buy a few other things. So
Pokemon?
My son was into Pokemon for a while. We did do that. But so basketball, whenever I was a kid, I still have all the cards I have from when I grew up, which I actually just gave to my 10-year-old son recently. But the last 2 years I got pretty heavy into it again, and we do sing cards that get graded, which is almost as fun as opening cards, really. Getting to flip those cards when you get back and seeing if you got a 10 or seeing if you got an 8.
Or seeing if you got a 5.
Or seeing if you got a Kobe Bryant rookie card 5.
See?
Yeah.
These guys. Well, thanks for being our guest today.
Yeah.
We've tried to drag him in here a few times, and he's just been really, really busy.
Buried in paperwork.
He's not lying. There's a lot of paperwork.
But that's all we got for you guys today.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week bringing the heat again.
Yeah, bringing the heat.
Bringing the heat.
There's a cool wave outside right now. So
it is cool.
Yeah.
So we got spiders, spooky season coming up.
Spooky season spiders, baby. It's October. It's Halloween week.
It's month. It's not week. Halloween. Getting ahead of yourself.
Well, but it's spooky season.
Well, Paul, thanks for coming.
Yep. Thank you.
I'm Shawn. This is Jordan.
I'm Jordan.
So I just try to speak for him as much as I can. But like we said earlier, if you guys have any questions you want answered, shoot us a message. We'll be more than happy to answer them. We love bringing guests on. We love highlighting local business. So if you want to be a guest on the show and we do business with you or we network with you or we're friends with you, let us know. We'll bring you on.
Absolutely.
Until next time on What's the Buzz podcast. Go ahead.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Shawn.
See you next time.
See ya.
Creepy crawlers invading your home? Bug zero. Spiders, ant, and flies? Oh my. Bug zero. Bed bugs and mosquitoes leave you itchy for help? Bug zero. Whether it's bugs in your home or bugs eating your home, Bug Zero has you protected. With both residential and commercial services, Bug Zero's comprehensive pest protection takes you from infestation to extermination. Serving Springfield, Joplin,